Yeah, hi. Good evening, guys. Today we'll be taking up good evening, Kashish. Good evening, Ashish. Good evening. Yeah, good evening, Divya. Good evening. Yeah. So today we'll be today we'll be taking up current affairs. That's the previous week current affairs, and we'll be discussing selected few topics. Say somewhere around 7 topics today we'll discuss. So yeah. So for the people who are giving 2023 exam, if you haven't completed any of this test series, if there is any test that is remaining, please do complete it. Even today, from today, if you start, you can easily finish all this. See, if you solve this, say this 36 test series and say another 10-15 previous year questions, that's more than sufficient to clear this exam. So don't waste your attempt, and don't think that you need some extraordinary knowledge to clear prelims. No, solve the previous year questions and these test series. You'll learn those elimination techniques. Through that you can score a lot, or so your marks will increase drastically. So don't think that you need to read a lot. If you haven't finished practicing these papers, so please do it. So today these are the topics. Am I audible? Clear, right? Audible. All clear, right? Okay, fine, guys. Yeah. So today these are the topics which that we'll be taking up. Totally 7 topics are there, and a few are core mains oriented topics, and few are core prelims oriented topics. It's a combination of both, that is prelims and mains. So let us start with the first topic, that is United Security Forces for all airports. So this was in news. So why was it in news? Okay, before taking up why it was in news, let us consider what is this United Security Forces for all airports. So government is planning. So in United States, let's consider America. In United States, there's a agency called as Transportation Security Agency, that is your TSA. What is the role of this TSA? Like how we have police force, how we have navy, how we have army, United States has something called as a TSA, that is Transportation Security Administration. What they do is they are the security forces for all the transportation sectors, say your airport, your railway networks, your roadways, etc. They are the agencies which provide security for the transportation sector. So India is also planning to move towards this one. So India has planned, and there's no concrete action has been taken, but India has planned to move towards this one, that is towards this approach, having a unified security forces for this transportation sector. Yeah. So the same thing, that's the news. That is basically, as of now, government is planning to have one unified security forces for airports, and government, what government decides, that what government thinks, that so gradually we first we'll create one unified security forces for airports, and then gradually we'll expand the capacity of these airports towards other transportation sectors, say in terms of, say, towards seaports, towards metro, towards railways and roadways. So this is the plan. So the initial plan is, the government's initial plan is, first we'll create one unified security forces for all the airports, and then gradually we'll expand the capacity of these forces towards other transport mode of transportation, say towards your railways, towards seaports, towards metro rail, etc. So this is the plan of government. Clear? So now let us see why government is moving towards this. Why government is moving towards this? So in order to understand why government is moving towards this, let us understand the current scenario. What are the issues in the current scenario? So what are the issues in the current scenario? If you go to airport, so you will find many forces, okay, different variety of forces that who will be protecting your airports. Say once you enter into the air force, immediately you will see these kind of personals. These are your CISF. CISF falls under Ministry of Home Affairs. Clear? And the next one is the overall security of the airport is managed by your Bureau of Civil Aviation. So Bureau of Civil Aviation manages the overall, the broad security forces in that airport. Say if you consider, say, Delhi airport, say IGA airport, or say Bangalore airport, or any airport, so the overall security of that airport will be managed by this one, that is Bureau of Civil Aviation Security. This falls under Ministry of Civil Aviations. Clear? So CASF falls under Ministry of Home Affairs. Bureau of Civil Aviation Security falls under Ministry of Civil Aviation. And next one is near your international port, so international side. So there the security will be given by, or say the security will be managed by your IRS. IRS Customs. IRS Customs comes under Ministry of Finance. Clear? Within the same airport, one side near the international terminal, IRS Customs will be managing that one. Next one, near the same international terminal, we'll have Bureau of Immigration. Bureau of Immigration again falls under Ministry of Home Affairs. But in Bureau of Immigration, in order to have extra capacity, usually they take the help of local police also. Even the local police, say in Bangalore, Karnataka police will be working, in Delhi police will be working, in Bureau of near they will be supporting the Bureau of Immigration. So what is happening? So many multiple agencies are involved to manage one airport. Say if we consider Bangalore airport, multiple agencies are involved to manage Bangalore airport, but at the same time these multiple agencies are not under a single ministry. These multiple agencies are from multiple ministries. So what happens? So there is a issue with the coordination. Say your Ministry of Home Affairs can tell something, your Ministry of Finance can tell something, your Ministry of Civil Aviation can tell something. So various issues can arise, and as a reason the coordination is not proper. So in the current scenario, at the same time, since the multiple agencies are repeated, so multiple agencies are involved, the efficiency to provide security is also less. The efficiency to provide security is also less. At the same time, since the efficiency is less, the cost to manage one airport, the security cost to manage one airport is also very high. So these are the current issues. In order to overcome this, government is planning to have a unified security forces for airport. Assume that if there is only one agency which manages entire airport, then it becomes very efficient, because the coordination is will be seamless, it will be managed efficiently, and everything will fall under one ministry. So as a reason, what will happen? The overall cost will also come down. So these are some of the benefits. Now let us see in detail what are the benefits of having a unified security forces for airport. What are the benefits? One is it would provide coordination between different wings in the between different terminals within the airport. So as a reason, what will happen? The efficiency will increase. If the efficiency will increase, then the cost to manage that airport will come down. Clear? And next one is, if I have united security forces, then India is the third largest aviation market. India will become the third largest aviation market by 2024. So I cannot even have a single security incidents during that period. Security or safety, a terror attack, or maybe a different kind of attacks cannot take place when India becomes such a big that a civil aviation market becomes such a big industry. So in order to avoid any such security threats, it is better we gradually have this unified security forces for airports. So these are the advantages. One is efficiency will increase, next one is cost will come down, and next one is we can avoid any major security threats, because now that we don't have a proper coordination between different departments within the airport, if we have a united security forces, the coordination will be very good. As a reason, we can manage the security or say any of the security threats properly. So these are some of the advantages of having united security forces. And similarly, this united security forces is almost same as that of your United States. So, and what the next plan, what government is planning is that, see, funds initially will create this united security forces for airports, and then gradually will expand the capacity of this united security forces towards various other mode of transportation. Then gradually we can move towards seaports, then we can move towards airports, so railways, metros, etc. Clear? So this is the agenda of your United Security Forces. Clear? Got it? Any doubt? Any doubt in this one? IRS is Indian Revenue Service, Ministry of this thing, Finance. Okay, yeah. Please solve this one. Please solve the question. Make sure that this is not a reason. What's the answer? What's the answer? Good, good, good. Good, Parul. Manju, good. Yeah, good, good. Majority are D. See, it's not a reason, not a reason. Okay, while reading the question, be careful. Even in UPSC, there are usually say 4 to 5 questions out of 100 questions. Out of 100 questions, somewhere by 4 to 5 questions will have these kind of not. So read the question carefully. Clear? Yeah. So we'll go to the next concept, or say next current affairs article, that is Mahila Samman Savings account. Mahila Samman Savings Certificate account. This is MSSC account. MSSC account. So what is this MSSC account? That is Mahila Samman Savings Certificate account. So recently, why was it in news? So recently, Prime Minister urged every woman to enroll into this one, that is Mahila Samman Savings Certificate account. And also our honorable minister also, she also enrolled into this one, that is Mahila Samman Savings Certificate. So as a reason, this was too much in news. So now let us consider what is this Mahila Samman Savings Certificate account. So it is nothing but first what we'll do is first we'll see what this Mahila Samman Savings Certificate account is. Next we'll see the features of this account, and next finally we'll see the benefits of it. Clear? So what is this Mahila Samman Savings Certificate account? So this MSSC, that is MSSC account. So basically this account was rolled out, or this scheme was rolled out in the recent, that is the latest budget in 2023. That is the latest budget which happened. So in this budget, this scheme was rolled out. So what is this scheme for? This scheme is specifically a scheme only for women and any of the girl child. So what is the scheme? So it's a simple concept. Basically, it's like a small saving scheme, a small saving account, that is small saving scheme. So where women can deposit up to 2 lakh rupees for 2 years. Women can deposit 2 lakh rupees for 2 years, and the government will give the interest of 7.5 percentage. So this is the simple concept. Clear? What is this Mahila Samman Savings Certificate account? Union government rolled out this scheme in 2023. That's a recent budget. So what does the scheme tell? So the scheme tells that any women, it doesn't mention BPL or APL or anything, any women or any girl child can enroll into this scheme, that is under this Mahila Samman Savings Certificate account. They can enroll into the scheme, and they can invest a maximum of 2 lakh for 2 years. For 2 years, and in this 2 years, government will provide 7.5 percentage as the rate of interest. 7.5%. This is the basic concept about your Mahila Samman Savings Certificate account. Clear? So the same thing, that is up to Uh, Not audible. Audible, audible. Is it clear? Audible? Clear, audible, audible, right? Clear, right? Okay. Okay, I'll again repeat it. I'll again repeat it. Okay. Audible, right? Audible, audible. Okay. I'll start from the beginning. Yeah. Audible, right? When did the mic stop working? So this part, did you guys get it? I think I think we'll start with this one from third slide from here. Okay, next slide. Okay. So I'll give a brief idea regarding what is this Mahila Samman Saving Certificate scheme. It's a very simple scheme. So this scheme was rolled out in 2023 budget. That's a recent budget. So what does the scheme tell? The scheme tells that any women or any girl child in India can enroll into this scheme, whereby, say, how can they enroll into the scheme? They can invest up to 2 lakh rupees, starting from 1000 rupees to 2 lakh rupees. They can invest in this into the scheme, and they can get enrolled into the scheme. So what does the scheme offer? The scheme offers 7.5 percentage rate of interest. This is the rate of interest. And for how long? So they can invest for 2 years. Clear? So this is the basic scheme, and say this is called a small savings scheme. Clear? So this is the basic, or say, characteristics of this scheme. It has various benefits. So what are the various benefits under this scheme? See, firstly, it is a guaranteed, that is 7.5 percentage. 7.5 percentage is guaranteed rate of interest, and it is not a floating rate. A floating rate of interest, in a sense, sometimes it can be, say, 8, sometimes it can come to 5, sometimes it can go to 6. This is your floating rate of interest. But here government gives a fixed rate of interest, that is 7.5 percentage. No matter what RBI does for repo rate, doesn't matter RBI increases or decreases repo rate, nothing, government has, the RBI doesn't have any impact on this one. So if RBI increases or decreases the repo rate in a normal saving bank, say in your SBI bank, or say Canara Bank, or any bank, the savings rates will fluctuate. But whereas in this account, that is under this scheme, the savings rate is completely fixed, that is 7.5 percentage. And next one is, that is the people, women will get tax benefits if they invest 2 lakh rupees into this one, that is Mahila Samman Saving Certificate. They get a tax benefit up to 2 lakh. Under, they can claim the tax rebate in ATC, in your IT Act. Clear? Tax benefits. And the next one is, it is easily available. Government has ensured that this scheme is easily accessible in every post office, or say in every bank. If any women wants to, in a rural area, if a woman wants to open, also enroll into the scheme, the women can easily go into any post office and can enroll into the scheme. So it's easily accessible. So it's, say for example, if there's any rural area, in that rural area, the chances are very high that there might be a post office, but there might not be a bank. So what government has done, so they can easily enroll into this. They have ensured that this scheme is easily available for all the women. And next one is, it is a step towards financial empowerment. It's a step towards financial empowerment. And finally, the most important one is, this scheme is backed by Government of India. So it has a sovereign banking. Say, if assume that if I have 2 lakh, if I go and invest in some Grameen bank, see, I always think from the rural area. In rural area, there are very little chances that to have nationalized bank, say like your SBA, or say any other bank, or ICICI, or HDFC, or these kind of banks will not be there, or the commercial banks. But usually your Grameen banks or cooperative banks will be there. The chances of collapse of these cooperative banks or Grameen banks are very high compared to your scheduled bank. But in the rural area, I will not have scheduled bank. So, but what government has done is, under this scheme, if a woman invests 2 lakh rupees, it is backed by government. Nothing will happen to this money. Clear? So it is a sovereign backed, that is government will back. So the women need not even worry about this investment. So these are the major benefits under this scheme, that is Mahila Samman Saving Certificate. Clear? Got it? Understood? Understood? Clear? Yeah. So please solve this one. Again here, not. Which one of the following is not the benefit of Mahila Samman scheme? Yeah, Pavitra, after 2 years, you can withdraw the money. Yeah, good, excellent. It is available for every woman and even the girl child. So every woman and girl child can. Tax benefits. Okay, tax benefit. So say assume that I fall in the assume that I have to pay taxes of say some amount. Say assume that my income is say 7 lakh rupees. So what I do, the actual tax slab starts from 5 lakh. From 5 lakh to 7 lakh I have to pay. Assume that there's a woman whose income is say 7 lakh rupees, and when does the tax slab start? The tax slab starts from 5 lakh. From 5 lakh to 7 lakh, for this 2 lakhs she has to pay the tax. So what she can do, this 2 lakhs she can invest in this one, that is Mahila Samman certificate now. So in under this scheme, so she can claim the tax benefits. Next one, we'll see the defense exercise. Here this is purely from prelims point of view, purely completely from prelims point of view. So let us see. So we'll see the latest defense exercise which India involved in. The first one is ASEAN India Maritime Exercise. ASEAN India Maritime Exercise. This is AIME, ASEAN India Maritime Exercise. So what is this ASEAN India Maritime Exercise? So basically, Indian Navy will have an exercise with the countries, that is ASEAN country navies. So what they do is they that is the Indian Navy will have an exercise with the navies of the ASEAN country. So what is the agenda? The agenda is to increase the collaboration between Indian navies and the navies of the ASEAN country. So one is to increase the collaboration, and second one is in order to incorporate the best practices that is available in the navies of the ASEAN country or in the navies of, that is in Indian Navy. Whoever has the best practices, each one can share it. So this is the basic idea regarding your AIME. So recently under the latest AIME, that is ASEAN India Maritime Exercise, so we sent INS Satpura and INS New Delhi. Here need not memorize this. So basically have a fair idea that what is ASEAN India Maritime Exercise. ASEAN India Maritime Exercise, it's a simple concept. So basically Indian Navy will have one exercise, naval exercise with the navies of the ASEAN country. What's the reason? The reason is in order to have good collaboration, and secondly in order to incorporate the best practices in either of the navies. Say assume that Indian Navy has one best practices, that will be incorporated by the navies of the ASEAN country. Assume that ASEAN countries Navy has one best practices, that best practice will be incorporated by Indian navies. Clear? So this is the basic idea behind all your defense exercise. So you have to just memorize this, that is ASEAN India Maritime Exercise. Here, so next one is we have Ajaya Warrior Exercise. Ajaya Warrior Exercise, it's a simple, again the principle remains the same, that is we have to promote the collaboration between different defense entities, and also exchange the best practices between defense entities, different defense entities. So this Ajaya Warrior Exercise, so here what happened was we sent our Indian Army to United Kingdom, that is England. We sent our Indian Army to UK, where they had one defense exercise with the UK Army. What is the agenda? The agenda is the same, that is to promote the collaboration between two armies and to have the very good cooperation between two armies, and the same time in order to exchange the best practices that is available in either of the armies. Say if Indian army has best practices, they will share it to UK army, United Kingdom army. If the United Kingdom army has some best practices, they will share it to Indian army. Clear? So this is the thing. Ajaya Warrior exercise and ASEAN ASEAN India Maritime Exercise. Clear? So and yeah, and here Ajaya Warrior exercise, this happens alternatively in the fashion. So initially, say 1 year will this will occur in India. This will take place in India, and next year it will take place in United Kingdom, and the next time it will take place in India. So every alternate year it changes. Yeah. So please solve this. Yeah, good. Here, this is very important news. Water, it can be used in GS1, GS3. Extremely important news, guys. So, and also this is the first time we have rolled out something like this. Okay, it's a new concept. For the first time it has taken place in India. Extremely important. In prelims also, one or two question might come, but it's a completely mains oriented topic. So please focus here. You can use it in your GS1 or GS3. So India, so what happened was, recently Ministry of Jal Shakti, so Ministry of Jal Shakti, what they did was they rolled out something called as census for water bodies. They rolled out a one complete census for water bodies. This was the first time in India. Clear? Who rolled out? Ministry of Jal Shakti. Ministry of Jal Shakti. So Ministry of Jal Shakti rolled out this water body census. So what is there in this water body census? We'll analyze. We'll analyze what is there in this water body census. What are the findings? Have they given any definitions regarding water body? And then we'll see the challenges what our water body is facing, and then we can also see how to resolve them. Clear? So this is how we'll proceed with the next, say, 15-20 minutes. It's extremely important from GS1 and GS3. GS1 and GS3. So Ministry of, it is given by, rolled out by Ministry of Jal Shakti, and this is the first time they have rolled out. Clear? So what are the findings? So what is there in this water body census? What is there? So basically in this water body census is nothing but, so what the census has is, so it has collected the database of all the water bodies that is present in India, that is in every states and every union territory. They have collected the data of all the water bodies. It's not just they have just counted the number of water bodies, they have collected the data in various dimensions. So what are those dimensions of your water bodies? One is, so they have collected the size of various water bodies. That is all the, if they have to evaluate the water body, they'll collect the size of the water body, and they'll collect the condition, like whether the condition is good or bad of the water body, and they will also analyze the status of encroachment, how much land or say how much of the water body has been encroached by people. So this also they will collect, and they will also analyze the usage purpose. What is the usage of this water body? So that also they will see, and storage capacity and various other dimensions are considered. This census doesn't mean that we just count the number of water bodies. This census is a comprehensive census on the water bodies in India. So we have analyzed, under this census we have analyzed everything regarding the water body. Clear? So what is this water body? So what is water body? So this census defines water body as any unit. Please focus here. I'll explain the actual definition is here. I'll explain in a simple language. What is water body? The definition given by this census. So what is water body? So the definition or say the census says that any unit which is enclosed from all the sides, either this enclosure can be natural or man-made. So there should be one unit, it should be enclosed from all the side. This enclosure can be naturally occurred or man-made. Man-made in the sense masonry. Okay, say your construction of wall, anything like that. And here there should be water storage. This water storage can be either used for your irrigation purpose, or it can be used for any other purpose, say like drinking water, pisciculture, your recreation purpose, anything. So this unit, we'll call it as a water body. I'll again reiterate it. So what is a water body? The census says that any unit which is enclosed from all the sides, it has to be enclosed from all the sides, either naturally or man-made. Okay, and this water, the water that is being enclosed, it can either be used for agriculture purpose, irrigation, or say drinking water, pisciculture, recreation, anything. So that unit will be considered as one water body. Clear? Understood? So this is your water body. Voice audible? Any? Am I audible? Audible, right? Audible. Yeah. Yeah, so this is your basic idea of water body. So I will read out a definition. Understood, right? I hope everyone understood what's a water body. So the actual definition says that so all natural or man-made unit bounded on all the sides with some or no masonry work used for storing water for irrigation or other purpose. Other purpose involves say your irrigation, drinking purpose, recreation. So other purpose will be treated as a water body in this census. Clear? So this is the definition of water body. So now let us see what are the findings in this report. So what are the findings in this report? So basically the water body, so the report says that majority of your water bodies are in the eastern part of the India, that is in the eastern sides. If you see here the dark blue side, majority of the water body are found in the eastern side of India, and the highest one is in West Bengal and UP. Majority of your water body is in the eastern part of India, and the highest one is in West Bengal and UP. Clear? So here, wherever we have dry condition, the water bodies are less. So near Rajasthan, the water body is less. Here, Ladakh region, no rainfall, the water body is less. So this is the reason. If you see the data, the census tells that the highest number of water bodies in West Bengal. See, almost 30% of India's water body is in West Bengal, and the next one is UP, and the third one is Andhra Pradesh. See, usually what you have to do is in these kind of census, you have to know what are the top three. Top three is sufficient. So the first one is West Bengal, and the next one is Uttar Pradesh, and finally the third one is your Andhra Pradesh, AP. Clear? So this is the first finding. That is, what is the number of how the water body has been distributed in the entire India. Now let us go to the next findings. What is the next finding in the census? The census says that nearly 97% of all the water bodies in India is located in rural area. 97% of water bodies in rural area. Only somewhere around 3% of water body is in your urban area. Clear? This is the next finding. Understood? 97% of water body is in rural area. And the next one is, it says that almost 85 percentage, nearly, yeah, you can round it off, but however, yeah, 84% of water body are completely under use. Like that is, it means that we are totally using this 84% of water body. But however, there are some remaining 16% of water body which is not under use. In the sense, we are not utilizing that 16% of water body. The reasons are many. The census has told that various reasons, say construction or siltation, or say pollution, etc. So due to these various reasons, 16% of water body are not being used in India. 16% of India's water body are not in use. 84% of our water body are in use. So this is your next finding. And the next one is, so the census says that nearly 1.6 percentage of India's water body has been encroached for various reasons, say in terms of say land grabbing, or say in terms of dumping of your mining materials. So what is this? So if I mine, so in a mountain, if I'll mine something, so the additional waste material, what I'll go and dump it in a lake, in a surrounding lake. So this is also kind of an encroachment. So these are, so due to various encroachment, 1.6 percentage of India's water body has been encroached. So this is another, these are some of the findings. So next one is, so yeah, so these are the broad findings. Now let us consider now let us move to the general aspects. So what are the broad issues in our water bodies? Broad issues, that is the challenges that our India's water body is facing. So what are the challenges? The first major challenge is frequent heat waves and drought. So whenever we have frequent heat waves and drought, what will happen? The water body will get depleted, or so there will be scarcity of water in the water body. So why do frequent heat waves and drought occurs in the recent times? What is the main reason? The main reason is global warming. Because of global warming, we have frequent heat waves and droughts. Since we have frequent heat waves and droughts, the water scarcity, there is a severe water scarcity in the water body. This is the main reasons. And the next one is delayed rainfall. Due to the erratic pattern of your monsoon rainfall, we'll have delayed rainfall. This year we have early monsoon, but usually we have delayed monsoons. So whenever there is a delayed monsoon, what will happen? This will impact your water body. Clear? So assume that, say, Bangalore is supposed to get rainfall on June 1st, or say Kerala is supposed to get rainfall on May 26th. So this is the standard time, standard date we consider. But say if Kerala gets rainfall on June 5th, so what is happening? Delayed rainfall. Due to this delayed rainfall, the amount of rainfall will also reduce, and this will impact your water body. Delayed rainfall. And the next one is, severe one is your pollution. So pollution, both in your urban area as well as your rural area. See, almost say 97 percentage of your water body is in rural area. Even in rural area, we have a lot of pollution. How come we have a lot of pollution in rural area? The main reason is we are overusing the fertilizers. When we are overutilizing the fertilizer, what happens? If there is a rainfall, all the chemical fertilizer will be washed away, and where it will go? It will go and get deposited in some lake, or say some pond, or say any water body. So that water body will get contaminated, or say that water body will get polluted. So this happens in your rural area. What about in urban area? In urban area also, we dump all these kinds of urban waste into the water body. Again, if you consider, say in Bangalore, there's a lake called as Bellandur Lake, or say it is infamous for pollution. So it comes in the national news. So this is mainly because of your urban pollution dumping into the water body, or say in rural area, that is the fertilizers. Due to the heavy usage, overutilization of fertilizers, there is a surface runoff of fertilizer, and it enters into your water body and leading to water pollution. Clear? And the next one is encroachment. So encroachment is, again, say, assume that this is a water body. So what I'll do is, I'll enclose this water body completely and start building apartments over here. So this is encroachment. Earlier that region was water body, and now say some builder encroached into the lake, and then he or she started constructing apartments. Again, this is one major destruction of water body, or say major concern for water body. And the final one is siltation. This is one of the major reason along your Western Ghats. So in the recent times, we have a lot of flooding in Western Ghats. What is the main reason? The main reason is siltation. How siltation occurs, I'll explain it over here. See, in order to understand siltation, so first you should know that what is soil erosion. Soil erosion is nothing but eroding up of the top layer of the soil. So before, how does soil erosion take place? If there is any rainfall, what happens? Usually the soil will get eroded. That is, the top layer of the soil will get eroded due to the rainfall. So earlier, what happens? Because of deforestation, so here I would have trees. So if assume that I had trees over here, if I had trees over here, my trees will, the root of the trees will bind the soil, and as a reason there won't be any soil erosion. Even though if there is rainfall, the roots will bind the soil, so as a reason this soil will not glide down or say move down. So as a reason there won't be any soil erosion. Now what happens, I will cut all these trees. If I cut all these trees, what will happen? Now no one is there to bind the soil. So what happens? So the soil gradually, if there's a rainfall, what happens? The soil gradually moves down. So in near your hilly areas, the soil gradually moves down. Where it will go? Where will that soil go? The soil will go. The eroded soil will go and get deposited into some water body. Clear? Till here you understood. Now come to the case number 2. Let us consider this is one water body, and the capacity of this water body is, say, let us assume that 5 liters. This water body could hold 5 liters, and I have my house over here. I might have my agricultural field over here. The capacity of, hypothetically assuming, the capacity of this water body is 5 liters. So what happens? Due to deforestation, I will have soil erosion. Where will this soil go? This soil will enter into some water body. So what happens? This process, the soil entering into the water body, is called as siltation. Assume that, say, 2 kg of soil entered into this one, entered into the water body. If 2 kg of soil enters into this water body, what will happen to the capacity of the water body? Earlier this water body could hold 5 liters. Now with the addition of 2 kg of silt or 2 kg of soil, what will happen? This water body can hold only 3 liter of water. So where will the 2 liter of water go? The 2 liter of water will go, it will lead to flooding. Clear? So this is one main concern, or say one main challenges to manage your water body. Clear? That is siltation process. Clear? Got it. Any doubt? What is silt, Pavitra? Silt is nothing but eroded soil. Eroded soil is called a silt. Eroded soil which comes and deposits in a water body. This is silt. We call this is silt. The eroded soil depositing in the water body. This process is called a siltation. Clear? Any doubt in this one? Got it. All clear, right? Yeah. So these are some of the major challenges for our water bodies. Now let us consider one question. Till date, this should be 7 senses. Yeah. Now solve this. Solve this. What's the answer? Why B? No, here it's not 7 sensors. This is the first sensors. The water body sensor. This is the first sensors, and it is not MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs. This is Ministry of Jal Shakti. Ministry of Jal Shakti has rolled out this sensors, that is water body sensors, and this is the first sensors, not the 7th sensors. Clear? What are the importance of water sensors, Amit? Yeah, Amit, what are the importance of water sensors? So basically we get to know the complete picture of water body in India. So based on that, it will help us in taking appropriate policy measures. So that is the reason. That's the main. Okay. So next one, we'll take something called as solar maximum. Any question in this one? Any question? All clear? We'll go to the next one. Okay. So what is solar maximum? So this was currently in news. So the news says that the solar maximum is earlier, that is sun approaching solar maximum earlier than expected, more eruptions likely. So what is solar maximum? So in order to understand solar maximum, what we should do is, first we should understand the basics of sun, and then we can understand what is solar maximum. Okay, so first let us understand the basic idea about sun. So if you consider sun, so this is your sun, and the internals in the inside, or say in the interior part of sun, there are convection current. So like how in your geography we have convection current, so there are some convection currents inside the sun. So due to this convection current, we will have magnetic forces. Clear? So just understand like this: inside the sun, that is the interior part of the sun, we will have magnetic forces. So magnetic lines of forces will be moving inside the sun. Assume that this red line are your magnetic lines of forces, and the characteristics of this magnetic lines of forces are highly diverse. So sometimes the magnetic force or the magnetic activity peaks, and sometimes the magnetic activity slows down. Clear? So I'll reiterate it. Within the sun, that is the interior parts of the sun, has some magnetic activities, and these magnetic activities are not constant, they are highly variable. Sometimes the magnetic activities increases, sometimes the magnetic activity decreases. Clear? Understood till here? Okay, so what is any doubt? Clear, right? Okay, yeah. So this is your magnetic lines of force within earth. So what happens when the earth what happens when the magnetic activities are when the magnetic activities are extreme? So what happens when the activities are extreme? Some magnetic lines of force will emerge out. Some magnetic lines of force will emerge out. What is the surface of your sun called as? The surface of the sun is called as photosphere. That is over in earth we call lithosphere, right? The counterpart of lithosphere is photosphere in your sun. Say that is the crust of earth is your photosphere of sun. So what happens? So this magnetic lines of force will come out of the photosphere. Okay, so when this magnetic lines of force, when it comes out of the photosphere, what it does is, whenever there's any magnetic lines of force, the temperature reduces. Clear? Say assume that over in this part, this is your photosphere. See, there is one magnetic lines of force that comes from within the earth and it comes out of the photosphere. The temperature in this part of the photosphere comes down. Clear? So gradually, that is the surround, compared to the surrounding region, the temperature over here will gradually come down. So this is the another characteristics. Whenever there is any magnetic lines of force, the temperature over there will reduce. So what happens? Surrounding temperature is very high. This temperature, the region over here, the temperature will be low. So what happens? As an observer from a far place, what will happen? So this will look like a darker shade compared to this one. Clear? Let us consider this is A and this region is B. A region will be darker compared to the B region, because the temperature of A region is less compared to the surrounding region. Why the temperature got less? Why the temperature reduced? Because there was one magnetic lines of force in this region. Whenever there's a magnetic lines of force in a region, that region, the temperature will reduce compared to the surrounding region. So as an observer from a far place, what happens? The region which has magnetic lines of force will be seen as darker compared to the surrounding region. The darker regions are called as sunspots. So whatever sunspots you get here, right, these are nothing but, you don't consider it to be a black spot. No, it's not a black spot. It is a apparent dark spot. Apparent dark spot in the sense, it looks like a dark spot, but the temperature is very high over here. Why it looks like a dark spot? Because the surrounding temperature is very high. Since the surrounding temperature is very high, so this looks like a darker spot, but in reality it is not a dark spot. It looks like a darker spot because the surrounding is very bright. Assume that, say you're having, say 1 watt bulb. assume that this is 1 watt bulb, and surrounding this 1 watt bulb there are 1000 watt bulbs. The enter here 1000 watt bulbs, there are multiple 1000 watt bulbs. So what happened? Multiple 1000 watt bulb, and there is just one, say, a 1 watt bulb. So if I look from a distance, what does it look? There is some darker space over here. One darker region is covered by bright region. So that doesn't mean that this is black. This 1 watt is, that doesn't mean that 1 watt is black. No, it's not black, but the temperature is less compared to the surrounding region. So wherever we have this kind of darker region, that darker region is called as sunspot. Why did this darker region emerge? Because of magnetic lines of force. Why did that magnetic lines of force come out of the photosphere? Photosphere is your surface of your sun. Why did it come out of the photosphere? Because the magnetic activity in the sun was very high. Know this, if you understand this link, this cycle, so it becomes easy in order to understand your sun maximum and solar maximum and solar minimum. See, I'll again reiterate it. So within the sun, there is magnetic lines of force. This magnetic lines of force is not constant, it fluctuates. It increases, it decreases. Whenever it increases, sometimes what happens, this magnetic lines of force from inside the sun, it comes out. It comes out of the surface of the sun. So whenever it comes out, it will reduce the temperature. See, if you see here, so it has come out, that is inside, from inside it has come out. So this is your surface, this is your photosphere. This is your photosphere. From the surface, from inside the earth, the magnetic lines of force has come out. When the magnetic lines of force comes out, the temperature over here reduces. Whenever the temperature reduces, it looks like a darker region. Such darker region are called as sunspots. So whenever there is a sunspot, it means that that is, the sun has larger magnetic activities in that region. The region where we have sunspots, we'll have larger magnetic activities. So assume that there are a lot of sunspots that has emerged in the sun. That is lot of sunspots. So what does it show? It shows that there's a lot of magnetic activity taking place. So if you have to draw a parallel, say, assume that there's a person. If how do I check fever? So I'll see the temperature of the person. If the temperature of the person increases, if the body temperature of the person increases, it shows that it automatically means that the person has fever, right? Similarly, if on sun, if there is lot of sunspots that has occurred, so what does it show? Sun has lot of magnetic activity in it. So that's what the interior part of sun has, a lot of magnetic activity. That's the reason we'll have sunspots, right? So that is the thing that will we can derive out of it. Whenever we have a lot of sunspots, it shows that there is a magnetic activity in the sun is very high. Clear till here? Any doubt? Understood? Okay, fine. Okay, understood. Next we'll go to understood what is sunspot. Next we will go to what is solar flare. See, what is solar flare? Till this one you understood. Magnetic lines of force coming inside the sun. Okay, coming inside the sun out of the surface area. This magnetic lines of force is highly charged. It's highly charged. When this magnetic lines of force breaks, assume that this is one loop. Whenever any one magnetic lines of force breaks, it will release a lot of energy particles. When this magnetic lines of force breaks, what will happen? It will release a lot of energy particles. This energy particles is called as solar flares. See, assume that this is your magnetic lines of force. One magnetic lines of force, this is your magnetic lines of force. When any magnetic lines of force breaks, what happens? A lot of energy is released. So what happens? See here, this is kind of, yeah, this one. This is magnetic lines of force. If this magnetic lines of force, if this is magnetic lines of force, if any one magnetic lines of force breaks, see here, we'll have this kind of magnetic flares passing. So what is this magnetic flares? Sorry, solar flares. Solar flares are nothing but the charged particles, and it has various radiations in it. Say starting from your X-rays, UV rays, and charged particles. So this magnetic loop, it would have basically held these charged particles. When this magnetic lines breaks, what happens? It will release these charged particles, and if there is Earth here or say any other planet, this solar flares will impact those planets. Clear? Understood? Any doubt? Any doubt? Clear? Okay, fine. So what are the impacts of this solar flares? What are the impacts of this solar flares? It has multiple impacts. So basically, assume that this is our Earth. Let us assume that this is our Earth. And what happens? We have satellites surrounding the Earth. Satellites, say ISRO satellite, NASA satellite. So if there is any magnetic solar flares, these solar flares will disrupt the satellite. So all our communication networks is linked with the satellite. So what happens? If the satellite doesn't work, our communication networks will also suffer. So this is one thing. And the next one is our astronauts will be in the space stations. So what happens if there is a severe solar flares? What is solar flare? Solar flare is nothing but charged particles and various severe radiations like your X-rays and UV rays. So whenever we have such severe radiations and charged particles, so it can also impact the astronauts. If there is a severe solar flares, extreme solar flares, there are chances that it will impact the out power in say electricity in our atmosphere as well. So this can lead to power outages. If this happens only in the extreme cases, if there is severe solar flares, we can have power outages. Or if there's a normal solar flare, it mainly disrupts the satellite. Because of the disruption of the satellite, there is a issue in our communication. There can be issues in our communication systems. Clear? Understood? Till here, any doubt? Solar flares. Got it, got it. Understood, right? Okay, fine. Yeah, good. Now let us come to you got the series link, right? So inside a sun there will be extreme magnetic lines of force. Magnetic activities will be taking place, and this magnetic activities are not constant. It can either increase or decrease. If it increases, what happens? Some magnetic lines of force will emerge. If this magnetic lines of force will emerge, what will happen? This will lead to creation of, say, sunspots. These are your sunspots. If any one of these magnetic lines of force breaks, what will happen? This will lead to emission of various charged particles and various radiation. This is nothing but your solar flares. This is the link. Now let us consider what is solar maximum and what is solar minimum. In order to understand what is solar maximum and what is solar minimum, we have to see what is solar cycle. Solar cycle, it's a simple thing. Solar cycle is nothing but a combination of solar maximum and solar minimum. When I consider both solar maximum and solar minimum, this combination is called a solar cycle. So what is a solar cycle? It's a simple concept. Solar cycle, what happens in the magnetic activity in the sun? Magnetic activity within the sun, the magnetic activity increases, decreases, increases, decreases. This one cycle is called a solar cycle. See, the solar activity is nothing but your magnetic activity. When the magnetic activity increase and decrease, this is one solar cycle. When magnetic activities increase and decrease, this is another solar cycle. Whenever the magnetic activity increases and decreases within sun, so this is called a solar cycle. It is usually seen that it takes almost 11 years. So 11 years for the magnetic activity to increase and then decrease. So it means that almost 5.5 years, for 5.5 years the magnetic activities will increase, and the next 5.5 years the magnetic activity will decrease. So when we complete this one cycle, it is called a solar cycle. Clear? So when the magnetic activity increases, this phase is called a solar maximum. When the magnetic activity decreases, or the solar activity when it is in the decreasing phase, that phase we call it a solar minimum. In solar maximum phase, the magnetic activities will be increasing. So whenever the magnetic activity increases, what will we get? We will get sunspots. So whenever we have sunspots, or say whenever we have severe magnetic activities, what will happen? We'll have these kind of solar flares. Clear? Understood? I'll again tell what is solar cycle. It's a simple concept. So basically, it is a combination of your solar maximum and minimum. So what happens in solar maximum? The magnetic activities within the sun keeps increasing. So that is your solar maximum. And solar minimum is nothing but the magnetic activities within the sun keeps decreasing. So the combination of these two phases is called a solar cycle, and the duration for this one solar cycle is approx 11 years. So it means that for the first 5.5 years, I will have a lot of magnetic activities. That is, the magnetic activities within the sun will increase, and then the next 5.5 years, the magnetic activities within the sun will start decreasing. Whenever the magnetic activity keeps increasing, I will have sunspots. So that is why when you have solar maximum, you will have a lot of sunspots. Why a lot of sunspots? Magnetic activity increases. When the magnetic activity increases, some magnetic lines of force will come outside the sun. So towards away from the surface of the sun. Whenever the magnetic activity comes above the surface of the sun, the temperature cools down. When the temperature cools down, that region will be called as sunspots. So when I have multiple sunspots on the sun, it shows that the magnetic activities are very high. So that is the thing. So this is your solar maximum. Repeat solar flares, Rashida. Okay, see here, matlab simple concept hai. So what is solar flares? Okay, I'll tell you. You understood this one, magnetic lines of force. See, these are magnetic lines of force. These magnetic lines of force will hold. Assume that this is magnetic lines of force are nothing but a rope. With rope, through rope, I am holding the all the charged particles. So all the charged particles that is there in the sun, and all the severe radiations that is there in the sun, is held by this magnetic lines of force. Assume that this magnetic lines of force breaks, or say it splits. So what will happen? All these charged particles will move to where is assume if this is your sun, our earth will be here and all other planets will be there. So what happens? If the magnetic lines of force breaks, all these charged particles and this radiation will move towards the planets. So when it moves towards the planet, these are your charged particles. So this can impact the satellites, and this can impact the astronauts. Okay, when it impacts the satellite, this will disrupt our communication, because our communication is directly linked with the satellite. If there is any disruption in the satellite, this will disrupt our communication. Only in the extreme cases, very extreme solar flares, during that time it can impact our power, electricity on in the earth. Okay, or else usually it impacts our satellites, or say our astronauts. Clear? Is there any reason for solar Santa? Yeah, is there any reason? The reason is the magnetic lines of force breaks. This is the magnetic lines of force. If this magnetic lines of force breaks, so that will lead to solar flares. Clear? Sanyal, is there any influence on global warming? Here, this is not like a regular phenomena. Okay, so not a regular phenomena. Rarely it occurs. Clear? So these are like your solar flares. If there's any solar breaking up of this magnetic lines of force, the solar flares will move like this. Clear? Misbah, okay, not understood the black spot. Yeah, that's not black spot, that's called a sunspot. Sunspots are darker compared to the surrounding region. Say assume that there is one small bulb. This bulb is 1 watt bulb, and this bulb is surrounded by say 1,000 watt bulbs. This bulb is surrounded by 1000-watt bulb. This bulb is also glowing, but however, this bulb is glowing, but however, we have big 1000-watt bulb over here. So if I see from a distance, what does it look? That is, the 1-watt bulb looks darker compared to your, say, 1000-watt bulb. Understood? So what happens? So this region looks, say, darker. So why does, so that's such kind of reasons, regions will be called as sunspots. Okay, so why is, yeah, we'll come to this. Why is this in news? See, solar cycle. Yeah, we'll come to that one. See, what is the duration of solar cycle? On an average, the duration of solar cycle was estimated to be 11 years. So in the first 5 years, first 5.5 years, I will have solar maximum. In the next 5.5 years, I will have solar minimum. So what happened this time? So solar maximum 2020, solar maximum had started in 2019. From here it had started, and by 2024 this should have been the 2024. By 2024 solar maximum should have stopped, and then solar minimum should have started. This was the predicted one. So now what is happening is, by 2023 the sun is following this trend. The sun is following this trend. So by 2023, the solar maximum has peaked, and now it will start decreasing. Now we are moving towards the solar minimum stage. So approximately it was 11 years. We had predicted that by 2024, the solar maximum will peak. That is, it will peak and it will decrease. But it has peaked now, and gradually it will start decreasing. So that's why it's in news. Clear? Any doubt in this one? All good? Clear, right? Yeah. Okay, fine. Sun has a less temperature. Understood. So what is solar maximum? Solar maximum is a condition where we'll have maximum number of sunspots. So when can we have maximum number of sunspots? When the sun has a lot of magnetic activities. So that is your solar maximum. And solar minimum is a condition where the solar, say, sunspots are very minimum. There can be, say, one sunspot or say two sunspots. That's it, very minimum. So this is your solar minimum. Solar minimum is a condition where the sunspots are very minimal. So if the sunspots are very minimal, what does it show? The magnetic activity in the sun is very less. Clear? See, if a person has high body temperature, it shows that the person has fever. Similarly, if sun has a lot of solar sunspots, it shows that there are a lot of magnetic activities that is taking place within the sun. Clear? Okay. Please solve this one. Sakib, photosphere is the surface of sun. Like how crust is the surface of earth, photosphere, we call the surface of sun as photosphere. Yeah, good. Clear? Okay, fine. Next one, we'll take up Manipur issue. So Manipur issue, it's a complex issue. Because of the complexity, we are having severe violence in Manipur. As a reason, government has deployed army as well. So if the government has deployed army, it shows that what is the level of violence that has taken place in Manipur. So in order to understand this Manipur violence, we need to go back to the history and geography of Manipur. Only then we can understand the current issues in a comprehensive way. So this is very important from your GS 3 internal security. Clear? So from internal security point of view, this is like extremely important topic. So let us understand this one in a comprehensive manner. So in order to understand this, first we need to go back to the history and geography of Manipur. So what is this history and geography of Manipur? So let us consider where Manipur is. Manipur is in the northeastern part of India, and if you can consider Manipur, this is the Manipur state. If you see the topography of Manipur, this is your valley region. The yellow shaded one is your valley region, and the surrounding one is your hilly area. So valley region means, so this will be your valley region. This will be valley region. This valley region is surrounded by your hilly areas. Completely it is surrounded by hilly areas. So in this hilly areas, the majority of people are your Naga and Kukis. These people, or say these community, have got ST status, scheduled tribe status. Here majority of this community, majority of this region in this hilly area, people are Nagas and Kukis, and this valley region, here the majority are your Metis communities. Here the majority region are your Metis. They are Metis. But if you consider, this valley region is just 10% of Manipur. 10%, only 10% of Manipur. 90% of your Manipur is hilly areas. In this 90% of Manipur, that is the hilly areas, Nagas and Kukis are the dominant people. Clear? In this 10% region, this region is dominated by Metis. And if you see the demography of Manipur, 64% of Manipur people are belongs to Metis community. 64. Clear? Say remaining 36% are your others, and 64% of community are Metis, and say they are the dominant class in Manipur. Clear? So these are some of the backgrounds. And if you see the historical angle, it was the Metis community who were ruling this Manipur region. They had the Metis kingdom, so they were the one who were ruling this Manipur empire, also this region. Clear? So they were even now they are one of the dominant class in terms of social, economical, education, everything. They are the dominant one. That is the Metis community. So these are some of the historical background and say geographical idea regarding your Manipur. Clear? Any doubt here? And if you see some of the Metis community, in some of the Metis community, they have OBC status, as well as some Metis have SC status. Clear? So this is also one thing you have to keep in mind. Understood? Okay. Now let us see what is the recent issue. That is, recent issue is that your Metis, that is your Metis community, so they are not a part of the certain, they don't have ST status. Some Metis Metis community have OBC status and or say SC reservation. They have either OBC or SC reservation, but the Metis community are demanding ST reservation or say ST status. Why is it so? Why does the Metis community want ST status? So the reason is, the reason what they are giving is, before Manipur becoming a part of India, that is the independent India, British had considered Metis as tribal community. So this is the first reason they are giving. British had considered them as a tribal community. And the next one, what they are telling is, what the Metis community is telling is, they are indigenous people. They are completely indigenous people, and they have a distinct culture compared to other tribal region in the Manipur. So compared to other tribal region in the Manipur, they have a distinct culture, and they are the indigenous people of Manipur. So as a reason, in order to protect this distinct culture, we need ST status. This is their second argument. First argument is, before, when during British has recognized as a tribal community. Second one is, we have a distinct culture, and we are an indigenous community. In order to protect this distinct culture, I need ST status. So this is the second argument of Métis. So why? See, if there is any ST status given to any community, there is a constitutional protection given to them. Constitutional protection. Say in terms of, we cannot say a non-ST person cannot buy a land of ST person. So there are various other provisions that is given to ST in order to, that is ST community, in order to protect their identity. So that is one reason. So in order to protect their identity, constitution has given them various provision. So Métis, what they tell is that we have a separate or a unique culture. In order to protect this unique culture, we need ST reservation, or say ST status. This is the second argument. And the next one is, so in order to promote this, and the next one what they tell is, our this is not the appropriate one. Some community from Métis, they also tell that we don't have adequate representation in the education. So we don't have good education level. As a reason, we need ST reservation so that we can benefit from the education aspect as well. But there are counter arguments as well for this one, for the third argument. So what is the issue now? How did the issue emerge? So what happened is, in 2012, so there's something called as the ST demand community of Manipur. ST demand community of Manipur. This ST demand community of Manipur, it's basically an organization of Métis. It's basically a social organization of Métis. So this organization started demanding ST status for Métis, and they started protest in Manipur. So this organization, and then what they did was, they approached judiciary to seek some relief. So regarding ST status. So what happened recently, when once they approached judiciary, so what happened in Manipur, that is Manipur High Court said that Manipur High Court passed an order to the Manipur government saying that, why don't you consider their request of giving ST status. So the High Court told this, High Court passed this order to the government. So what happened? This triggered a lot of violence in Manipur. So why did it trigger a lot of violence? So now Métis were happy because the High Court has told, but it triggered violence. Why so? Why did violence occur? So the massive reason for violence in Manipur is, that is the Kukis and Naga tribes. So where do your Kukis and Naga tribe live? In Kukis, yeah. So your Kukis and Naga tribe are dominated in the hilly part of the region. But if you see the demographics in Manipur, the Métis are the most empowered people in terms of social, economic, education, everything. They are empowered compared to Kukis and Nagas. So they are well off. That is, Métis people are well off. So what happened was, so once the court passed this order, the Kukis and Nagas oppose this. Why? The main reason is, what they tell is, Métis are already advanced community. So assume that there is one person who is well off, and they assume that Nagas and Kukis are not developed. So if both of them compete for a ST seat, who will win? It's obviously the Métis will win, because they are already well off. So in order to avoid such situation, your Kukis and Nagas protested. So mainly Kukis, not much from the Naga community, mainly Kukis. So the arguments Kukis, what they give is that Métis are already advanced community. They have very good representation. If you see here, yeah, here in Métis, that is in Manipur Assembly has 60 seats. Of the 60 seats, 40 seats comes from here. That is from the valley region. Here, who is dominated? Métis are dominated. So remaining 20 seats comes from this entire Manipur, and this region is only 10% of Manipur, and this entire region is 90% of Manipur. From this 90% of Manipur, only 20 MLAs are there, and this 10% of Manipur, 40 MLAs are there. So what cookies tell is that, so that is the mighties already they are empowered. Why should we give them ST seats? If ST reservation, if we give them ST reservation, they will compete with us and eventually they will win. So as a reason, we'll be at loss. So this is one argument, and that is fearing the loss of employment chances and other beneficial measures provided by the Indian constitution to STs. So now what is happening? So this is your Manipur. So what does the ST for? What does the constitution provision for ST? So ST land cannot be purchased. That is, tribal land cannot be purchased by a non-tribal. Now, Mighties are the non-tribal in Manipur. They are the powerful community, the social, economic, everything. They are powerful. But however, they cannot purchase land in this region. So these are your tribal region. They cannot purchase the land because a non-tribal cannot purchase a tribal land. So as a reason, Mighties cannot purchase this land. So now what happens if Mighties get the reservation? So Mighties can purchase the land of Kukis and Nagas. Now Kukis and Nagas will lose their land. So this is one concern of Kukis and Nagas. Clear? And the next one is Mighty language. So the Manipuri language is the language of Mighties. Your Nagas have a different language. Your Kukis have a different language. But Manipuri language in Manipur, Manipuri language belongs to Mighties. That is predominantly belongs to Mighties. And this Manipuri language is already recognized in the 8th schedule. They already have some special status in the constitution. So why should they get an additional special status? So that is their argument. And again, your cookies tell that there are many Mighties who have OBC status and SC status. Why do we need to give them ST status? If they give ST status, they will Kukis and Nagas have to directly compete with this powerful Mighties. So what will happen? So who will lose? It is your Kukis and Nagas. So as a reason, there are violent protests that has occurred in your Manipur. Clear? Any doubt? Any doubt till here? Got it. Okay, so this is an ongoing incident, so we don't know how things will go from here. Let us keep tracking this news. And now see, okay, what is the way forward? What can be the way forward? So how to deal with this violent issue? See, there are multiple way forward. The better approach is government should start a dialogue with both the parties. That is, they should speak with both Nagas and Kukis. At the same time, they should speak with Mighties and try to resolve the issues in a proper amicable way so that they can control the violence. And next thing what government should do is they should ensure that adequate law and order is maintained. So this is one thing. And again, both state government and national union government has equal role in this issue. Even how does your ST that is, how can we include any community in this ST category or the schedule list? So basically, the state government should recognize, and state government should give recommendation to the union government. Union government will give the recommendation to the president. President will again put it in parliament, and parliament will approve it, and again that will be put up in your ST list. So this is the procedure. So it starts from your state government. So that is the reason when High Court ordered, that is Manipur High Court ordered the state government, so the violence emerged. Also, violence started. Clear? Understood? Got it. Any doubt in this one? Okay. Yeah. Solve this. Saurabh, High Court ordered the state government to consider the request of Mighties. To consider the request of Mighties. Uh, Pavitra, no, yaar. Mighties, they don't have ST status. That's the reason they are fighting for. Yeah, good. Fair number. Why B? No, yaar. It is the Cookies and Nagas. They are opposing Mighty's reservation for ST status. They are not supporting. They are opposing. So next one is World Press Freedom. World Press Freedom Index. Okay, whatever doubt you have, after this we'll take up. You can jot down your doubts. We'll take up then. Okay, so World Press Freedom Index. So this one was recently in news. Why it was in news? One is the report was released recently, that is on 3rd May. And next one, why it became a major news? Because our honorable minister, EM External Affairs Minister, he completely opposed this idea about World Freedom Index. Yeah, so what is this World Press Freedom Index? So basically, if you see in your prelims, so usually one or two questions comes from regarding these index, say health index, hunger index, justice. So regarding World Justice Report or multiple index or say multiple reports come in your prelims. This is purely a prelims question, completely a prelims question. Nothing to do with your mains. Maybe in your essay you can use it, but as a fodder point you can use it. But however, it's a purely a prelims question. So what is this World Press Freedom Index? See, this World Press Freedom Index, this index is given by an NGO called as Reporters Without Borders. So this is a France-based NGO, France. So this NGO is in France. So this NGO, the name of the NGO is Reporters Without Borders. This NGO every year on the World Press Freedom Day, that is on 3rd May, they release one report called as World Press Freedom Index. It is what they do is they consider the entire world, that is a press in the entire world, under various factors. So what are these various factors? The first one is they consider the 5 criterias. The first criteria is political context. Political context is nothing but the degree of political influence on the journalist. If the degree of political influence is very high, they will get less scores. If the degree of political influence or say influence on the journalist is very less, then the scores will increase. Clear? Political context is nothing but how much does the government or the political agency influence the journalist. That is your political context. So they will analyze the political context. And next one is got it right, what is political context? So basically degree of political influence on the journalist, that is the political context. Next one is legal context. What do you mean by legal context? So basically legal context means the degree of protection, legal protection given to the journalist. If the legal protection is very high, then the scores will go high. If the legal protection is less to the journalist, then the scores will go down. Clear? So this is your legal framework. And the next one is economic context. Economic context is nothing but if the journalists are able to access money easily, that is through advertisement without any influence, so then that is your economic context. That is how well a journalist can get money in order to do their duty, or say how well the journalist can or get their money without getting influenced in their duty. So that is your economic context. Say for example, let us not consider our country, we'll consider say some other country. Okay, so that yeah, we'll consider there's some country called as A. Okay, in this country, government funds the media, but it controls the media. So the economic context is poor. It influences the media. Government gives government ads to the media, but indirectly it is influencing the media. So then the economic context is very poor in this country. Maybe some other country, say country A. So there is another country, say country B. Here, government has minimum funding to the media, but however, there are various other private entities who also fund media. But here, the media's work, whatever the role of media, there are no influence from either from the government or from the private. So here in this kind of situation, the economic context, the scores will rise up. So if this is the situation, then the scores will come down. Clear? So due to economic reason, if the media cannot do their duty properly, then the scores will come down. So this is your economic context. Next one is socio-cultural context, is nothing but public's opinion on media. If public support the media, then for in order to do their duty, then the public socio-cultural scores will go high. If the public oppose the media to do their duty, then the socio-cultural context scores will come down. And next one is safety. Safety is nothing but the regular safety, that is safety of the journalist. If the safety of the journalist is very high in the country, the scores will go high. If the safety of the journalist in that country is low, then the scores will come down. So based on these 5 criterias, that is Reporters Without Borders, they give out this World Press Index. Clear? Any doubt in this one? Got it? Yeah. Okay, fine. A social cultural context is nothing but basically public. That is how well the public favors the media. So are they in support of the media, or say are they against the media? See, in order to work for the media to work properly, if they come and ask any questions, the public should respond properly. If the public is against the media, how can I as a media personnel work properly, or say how can I as a media person get the information? So that is your socio-cultural context. Legal framework. Okay, legal framework, someone who is that? Okay, yeah, legal framework, basically the legal protections that are given to the media personnel. So if say government arrests any journalist, there should be proper media, there should be proper legal framework where the media person should have some immunity against the random arrest by the government. So this is your legal framework. What is the level of safety, or so what is the level of legal safety that is given to a media person or say press person? So that is this thing. Economic context is nothing but, so basically due to the economic, see, if I am a journalist, I need some money to work. So in order to, how do I get money? I can get money either from the government or either from some private agency. In order to get my money, I should not be influenced either by the government or the private entity. So this is your economic context. So in order to get money, so I shouldn't get influenced, my work should not be influenced because of this economic factor. So that is your economic context. Clear? Okay, yeah. So now let us consider, any doubt? Yeah, let us consider what is the latest report. Okay, the latest report says that the top 3 countries are your Scandinavian countries, that is your Norway, Ireland, and Denmark. These are the top 3 countries which are in the list. That is, they have the best that is press freedom. That is, our journalists in these countries have the highest freedom to work. That is your top 3 countries: Norway, Ireland, and Denmark. India is ranked 161. So last year, India had ranked 150. So from, say, before that it was 136. From 136, so we came to 150, and now India has ranked 161. So this is the latest scores, and the report says that India's press freedom has gone from problematic to very bad. So this is what the report says. So, but however, however, our government, that is the External Affairs Minister, has completely rejected this report, and he has told that the most uncontrolled media in the world is is in India. So this is our government stand. So government has completely rejected this report. But anyways, from UPSC point of view, what you should remember is this report, that is World Press Freedom Index report, is given by Reporters Without Borders. Clear? Reporters Without Borders. This is what you should understand. This is what you have to memorize, and don't worry about this numbers ranking. Government has completely rejected it. So if the government says it so, it says it so. That's it. So no arguments in this one. This has completely got rejected, and only thing what you have to memorize is Reporters Without Borders. This is the agency which gives this World Press Freedom Index. Understood? Yeah, Dharamveer, legal framework, it's simple concept. Yeah, the legal protection that is given to the media personnel, that is your legal framework. Say if you, in many of the Scandinavian countries, India's ranking is fair or not? No, yeah. See, always go with the government, and once if you're preparing for UPSC, think whether usually follow this approach. Start with the constitution, whatever the constitution says, and next one is whatever the Supreme Court says, whatever the government says, and next comes your opinion. Okay, this should be the order of preference. If the constitution says it, that is the supreme. Or say if the Supreme Court gives any order, if the Supreme Court gives any order against the government, even then the Supreme Court is, the verdict of Supreme Court is supreme. Okay, on that one you have to approve it. Or say if the government, assume that here you might have any opinion, doesn't matter, always go with the government's opinion in the answers. If the government says it so, it says it so. That's it. Even in the interview, preferably follow the same order. The constitution, next comes your Supreme Court, next is your government, and finally your opinion. Previous slide, yeah. Can any report claim? Clear? Any other doubts? Why China is counted in this? China falls below India. All clear? Any doubt? Starting from the first topic. Any doubt in this one? Any of these 7 topics? Why China is counted in this? Because the report, the agency, Reporters Without Borders, they cover every country, so they calculate every country. Okay, clear? Okay. Yeah, guys. For the people who are giving the 2023 attempt, so please try to solve previous year questions. This is extremely important. Previous year questions along with these test series, and don't think that you need to basically you need to write a lot of you need to read a lot of things, not at all required here. So in order to get good marks in prelims, you should know the art of elimination. There are various logics where you can use it to eliminate the answers. So if you keep practicing, say 36 test papers and say somewhere around 10 to 12 previous year questions, more than sufficient to get good marks in your prelims. Clear? Okay, yeah. Okay, guys. Any other doubts? So if we have Bhagya, Bhagya, that's what we can deposit, say somewhere between 1,000 to 2 lakhs, anywhere between 1,000 to 2 lakhs, 1,000 to 2 lakhs. Here between 1,000 1000 rupees to 2 lakhs, anywhere between 1000 to 2 lakhs for 2 years. 2 years, and government will give 7.5% rate of interest. Can you explain the first topic? Here, first topic, United Security Forces. It's a simple concept. So basically, currently, there are multiple agencies that are guarding airport. So what are the agencies? So if you see, starting from your CISF, this is your CISF. We have Bureau of Civil Aviation. Multiple agencies are guarding. This is your CISF. This is your Bureau of Civil Aviation. This is your Customs. Customs is your IRS officers. CISF comes under Ministry of Home Affairs. Bureau of Civil Aviation comes under Ministry of Civil Aviation. Bureau of Immigration again comes under MHA. So what is the issue currently is that there are multiple agencies that are managing airport. So this can lead to poor efficiency. Efficiency will be down. If the efficiency will be down, cost will be high. Then the risk factor is also high because of multiple agencies are working. The coordination is not accurate. So as a reason, the risk factor is also high. So India wants to eliminate this risk factor. How do we eliminate this risk factor and increase efficiency and reduce the cost? How do we increase the efficiency and reduce the cost and reduce the risk factor? Like how your United States did. That is, they have a separate agency called as Transportation Security Administration, TSA. So this TSA is the security agency for airports and various other mode of transportation. India is also planning to move towards this approach. Clear? So next one, what is the next doubt? MHA is Ministry of Home Affairs. Any other doubts? IRS is Indian Revenue Service here. IRS, Indian Revenue Service. Okay. Can you repeat the fourth topic? Which one? Water body census. Here, a water body census, it's important from. Yeah, this is, so basically water body census, I'll just brief it up. Water body census is given by your Ministry of Jal Shakti. Okay, so this is for the first time in India we have this water body census. It is given by Ministry of Jal Shakti. For the first time we have it in India. So there are multiple aspects that the water body, that the census has considered. So what are the multiple aspects? So starting from the number of water bodies to the size of the water body, the condition in which the water body is there, the status of encroachment, the usage, storage capacity, and various other factors of every water body is considered in entire India, and a data has been accumulated. Through that data, we have got that the majority of your water bodies are found in your eastern coast, and next the largest number of water bodies are found in your this order, that is West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh and Odisha. Say 30% of your water bodies, around 31% of water bodies is found in your West Bengal. Next, say remaining 10% is found in Uttar Pradesh, and the remaining say 8%, around 8% is found in Andhra Pradesh. So this is the level of water bodies. And the next one is what the census says is that 97% of the water bodies is in rural area and 3% of the water bodies in urban area. This is another finding. And the next finding is almost 84% of the water body that is present in there. Assume that there are 100 water bodies. Of this 100 water bodies, 84 water bodies are properly functioning. We are using this. Remaining 16 water bodies, we are not using this because of various factors, either because of encroachment, or either because of dumping of construction material, or either because of pollution, or various factors. We are not using this 16% of water bodies. We are only depending on this 84% of water bodies. And the next finding is, say 100, say 1 point, the encroachment is 1.6%. That is, so in the entire water body bodies that is found in India, 1.6% of the water body has been encroached. So this is another finding. Clear? Now we'll see the this one. Any doubt in this one? Any doubt in this one? Issues on water bodies? Is it fine, or should I explain this also? Okay. So I'll quickly explain this. So frequent heat waves. So what are the major issues in the water bodies in India? Because of the global warming, we have frequent heat waves and drought waves. As a reason, what happens? The water in the water body will get evaporated. So this is impacting your water bodies. Next one is delayed rainfall. So because of erratic nature of our Indian monsoon, due to this delayed rainfall, we are not getting adequate water to our water bodies. Again, this is another issue. Next one is pollution. Dumping pollution in both rural area as well as urban area. So in rural area, how do we have pollution? That is over usage of fertilizers. Due to this over usage of fertilizers, what happens? If there is any rainfall, the excess fertilizer enters your water body and leads to contamination. In urban area, these kind of say urban wastes are dumped into your water bodies, and this will lead to water pollution. And the next one is encroachment. Encroachment is nothing but say construction of buildings, or say any apartments, or say dumping up of construction material into your water bodies. These are your encroachments. And the last one is your siltation. So what is siltation? So basically, wherever there is soil erosion, this soil entering into the water body will reduce the capacity of the water body, capacity to hold water. Say assume that this water body could hold 5 liter of water. So what happens when, due to soil erosion, say 2 kg of water, 2 kg of soil entered into this, say this water body. Earlier it could hold 5 liters of water. Now 2 kg of soil has entered into this water body. What will happen? The capacity will decrease. Now the water body can hold only 3 liter of water. The soil entering into this water body is called as soil siltation. Soil siltation. Clear? So these are your this thing. Yeah, if you want solutions, so what are the solutions? Solutions to manage water bodies. One is, we'll start from here. Yeah, solutions. One is desiltation. What is siltation? Siltation is the soil entering into the water body. Next, first solution is desiltation. Desiltation. What do you mean by desiltation? Manually removing the soil. We use equipments, major equipments. Manually we remove the soil. If you see in Bangalore, just before the monsoon, the lakes will be dry. Your big JCBs, they will remove, using big JCBs, they will remove all the silt content, so that they can increase the capacity of the water body. Desiltation. Next one is afforestation. What happens through afforestation? So afforestation, whenever through afforestation, I will have lot of trees. So with lot of trees, the root of the trees will bind the soil. If the root of the trees will bind the soil, no soil erosion. If there is no soil erosion, then what will happen? The health of my water body will be good. Next one is providing check dams. Having check dams. Check dams are nothing but small dams constructed along your hilly areas. That is your check dams. Next one is increasing the embankments. Embankments. What is embankment? So embankment is nothing but this is your embankment. So what I can do is, I can raise this embankment. If I raise this embankment, what will happen? The capacity of the water body will increase. This is your increasing of embankment. So whenever I increase the embankment, so the capacity of the water body increases. Okay, so these are some of the solutions which you can write. Clear? Yeah. Any other doubt? So these are current affairs, Bhagya. Clear? Okay. Okay, yeah, chalo guys, study well. For the people who are giving in 2023, all the best, yeah. Matlab, do well. So practice a lot of papers. That's what is required to clear prelims. Clear? Okay, yeah, chalo. Thank you. All the best. Good night.